Les nuits insipides, ça t'ennuie? Découvre WTF9, le forfait social média et fonctionne jusqu'au matin dans les réseaux sociaux. Jusqu'au 31 août 2015, plein d'émotions t'attendent au dièse 195 dièse. Entre 22h et 6h et avec 250 francs, obtiens 500 mégaoctets valables vers WhatsApp, Twitter et Facebook. En plus, ton numéro préféré est gratuit. N'oublie pas, tu peux cumuler les forfaits valables pour une seule soirée à un nombre illimité. La nuit change avec Orange.
La vie change avec Orange.
The Miss P Show is brought to you by Orange Cameroon. Today changes with Orange.
It's a sporty and action-packed filled episode of the Miss P Show. Thanks for tuning in. In Cameroon, we love football, and the Lionesses have proven that we're still in the game. Eric Christiania and I, he's a media personality, and I'm sure you know him, took a trip down to the gym to do a few exercises and burn down some calories. It was fun.
Back off, cause I'm feeling myself. Jack off, he be thinking about me when he wax off. Wax on? That national anthem, hats off. Then I curve that nigga like a bad horse. Let me get a number 2 with some Mac sauce. Or on a run tour with my mask off.
I'm feeling myself. I'm feeling myself. I'm feeling myself. I'm feeling myself.
And now we are moving on to the crunches. We are going to use particularly these two devices, 1 and 2. You set up here. Okay. Why she set up there?
MMS. My love in your eyes, oh. For your mind, oh. I be your mugu money spender. My love in your heart, oh.
What?
Come on, take off your legs.
No.
Just 10. Just 10.
We'll go again.
Just 10. Come on, rest first of all. Rest first of all. Put down your legs. Put down your legs.
No way.
When you're doing crunches, it's either you do it wrongly for wrong, or you do it rightly for good.
Okay.
Okay? You can be hurting yourself thinking that you're working. I'm sure you did 10, right? Are you sure you didn't cheat on me?
No.
I hope so. It's for your good.
There has to be a quick fix to achieving a six-pack, honestly.
I didn't get you right.
There has to be a quick fix to achieving a six-pack.
Right, there are ways of achieving six-pack as early as you want, okay? But are you going to support the intensity of this work?
Question mark. I don't know.
The workouts are really enormous. And then the activities they propose to you are not the easiest ones, okay? These machines are there to help you. Okay, from here, we are going to move down to complete the other 2 sets, where we are equally going to have 10 repetitions, after which we are going to stretch up, and that is going to be the end of the session for the day.
I'm looking forward to the end.
Good.
Back off, cause I'm feeling myself. Jack off, he be thinking about me when he wax off. Wax on? That national anthem, hats off. Then I curve that nigga like a bad horse. Let me get a number 2 with some Mac sauce. Or on a run tour with my mask off.
I'm feeling myself. 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 I'm feeling myself.
See you next time.
Bye.
Bye.
A six-pack? Nah, we're not there yet. Cameroon has been known worldwide for its football talent since the 1990s. A lot of families, due to the success stories, go to the extent of bribing academies and going to see witch doctors to get their kids to be professionals. We spend the day with the young talent Raymond Kule, who takes us through his dreams and aspirations, and of course, his daily routine. Take a look.
Je m'appelle Koulé Magnon Goremo. Je fréquente au lycée bilingue de Bonabéry en classe de 4e mixte. Je suis footballeur. Je joue au club La Renaissance. Je suis attaquant et je passe aussi un bonjour à mon coach qui m'a bien entraîné, coach Robert. J'ai commencé à jouer au football à l'âge de 10 ans au centre de formation CFP Le Progrès à IMP et c'est un coach qui m'a beaucoup ému. Mais il m'a aussi entraîné, mais il ne m'a pas entraîné comme coach Robert l'a fait. À force de regarder les Samuel Eto'o, Patrick Bouma, Alexandre Son à jouer au football, ils m'ont beaucoup ému et je me suis aussi intéressée et je veux aussi faire partie d'un footballeur tel que ces gens-là. Dans notre équipe, nous sommes toujours en harmonie avec les uns et les autres. Nous aimons toujours quand il y a l'ambiance, nous aimons toujours gagner des matchs, mais nous voulons toujours gagner honnêtement. Et notre coach aussi, lui, il se soucie beaucoup de nous. Il aime toujours quand nous sommes en bonne santé. Et il aime aussi quand tous ces joueurs sont disciplinés et qui travaillent bien à l'école. Entre mes frères et sœurs, on se chamaille souvent, on se bagarre souvent, on s'engueule souvent, mais on fait toujours la paix parce que le plus important, c'est la famille. Quand j'ai dit à mes parents que je voudrais jouer au football, ils m'ont demandé si c'était juste un coup de folie ou bien si c'est vraiment ce que j'avais envie de faire dans ma vie. Je les ai dit que c'est vraiment ce que j'avais envie de faire. Ils m'ont dit que la seule condition est que je rapporte des diplômes dans cette maison et je pourrais continuer à jouer au football.
We're gonna go on a break now, and when we come back, we'll do an outdoor tour with the Orange Football Championship. And of course, we get to meet our guest. He's a hot one.
Faites vos achats, transférez de l'argent et réglez vos factures en toute sécurité sans vous déplacer avec Orange Money. Le gain de temps change avec Orange.
La vie change avec Orange.
Now, on to our next stop. You definitely don't want to miss this.
All I do is win, 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 no matter what. Got money on my mind, I can never get enough. Whenever me and Khaled do the remix, everybody hands go up. Hey, showtime. And they stay there, and they stay there, and they stay there.
Et par les avec cette formation de AS Bongo, le latéral de AS Bongo, récupération du latéral interne pour longtemps. Le milieu de couloir qui essaye de faire son gris pour se débarrasser de son adversaire qui est en train de bagarrer faute. Se sépare sur un score de parité, c'est-à-dire...
Moi c'est Jaton Mefile Danielou et mon équipe c'est Ngongo FC. Alors, le match était quand même équilibré tous les deux côtés. Bon, c'était un peu un match très costaud, mais nous avons quand même tenu.
Ce championnat existe depuis 5 ans déjà. Ça fait 5 ans que Orange parraine ce championnat. Et ça n'a jamais eu d'interruption. Et je crois qu'avec l'effort et tous les encouragements que Orange fait toujours à notre endroit, je crois que c'est un championnat, pour ne pas dire qui est déjà pérennisé, quoi, qui va passer encore plus de temps.
I have the honors of being in the presence of a very pleasant gentleman today, a former indomitable lion. He is a media and football consultant and most especially a candidate for the Cameroon Football Federation's president. Joseph Antoine Bell is my guest and I call him Jojo. Thanks for coming on to the show, Jojo.
Thank you.
It's an honor to sit in front of you today. You cannot imagine how overwhelmed I feel, honestly. I'm most impressed by the fact that your English is very fluent. How come you speak such good English?
No, I think you are kidding and you are cheating. I'm not so fluent in English. I'm doing my best, but the fact is that I like English from the time I went to school. I was very interested in English courses. And don't mention the fact that I played for Prison Square because in Goya nobody speaks English. We speak Pidgin.
How did you find yourself in prison? How come? How did that happen?
No, I didn't find myself in prison. Some people say I played for Prisons Boya because I was in prison.
Yeah, that's the common knowledge that you're a prisoner.
Way.
What happened?
So, can you give me another name of a prisoner playing football? How come it's just me?
Exactly.
Oh, it's not possible. Nobody can be a footballer by being in prison. When you are in prison, you don't play football.
So what's the story? You know, we have something in common. Is I'm from Boya as well, or my mom is. So I grew up in Boya for a while.
Yeah, so she knows.
Yeah.
I played for Prisons Boya because I met someone called Mr. Peter Wall.
Okay.
Who worked for prisons in Douala.
Okay.
He was, how do you call it in English? The man who heads the prison.
Okay, yeah.
He was the manager, if
Yeah.
you put it so.
Yeah.
So he works here in Douala, and I was in waiting trial in Douala.
What was the crime?
There was no crime because I was released, and I was not released like someone who has been sentenced or no.
Of course.
So I was, in French they say, acquitté. So free of charge. No, there was no charge against me. I wasted 2 years.
2 years.
Almost 2 years when I was young, I was 17. And then I met that Mr. Peter Ngwa. And he liked me a lot because he knew I was innocent and because I was so young and maybe a smart boy and playing football, and he loved football.
2 years of your life is a lot of time, you know.
It's a lot of time,
and I
nothing compared to what I've done
since that time.
Everything you know from me is after I went to prison.
I understand you left Cameroon for football to Europe at the age of 31. Correct me.
I left Cameroon earlier than that, and it wasn't for football. I left Cameroon for my studies. And then later on, I played football in France, professional football, at the age of 31. I didn't discover France at age of 31.
It sounded like that when I checked on your biography that you left at 31.
They focus on my football history. So when they see that I played for Marseille at the age of 31, everybody thinks
you left Cameroon at the age of 31. Do you feel that there's an impact in the age difference, considering now the coaches go for much younger players, for example 17, 18 years, as compared to before where players were acceptable and accepted more in their later ages, for example in their later 20s?
This is not exactly what happened. What happened is player before played in Cameroon, and then they were hired as a real football player. Which means if you are playing here, you'll be 20 or more than 20 before they can make sure you are going to
into a professional club there in Europe.
Then they thought, or they saw that players from Africa had some difficulty sometimes to adapt and to adjust themselves into European life. And also because they had some style of playing with did not really
work with what they were doing there.
And then they thought it because they learned to play here, and the way they learned here was not a school. They learned to play on the, how do you call it?
On the playing field. As compared to what we use here.
This is a very good way to call it. The playground, but it wasn't a playground. It was just
there is a football pitch. Here is an open space.
Open space.
Yeah, exactly.
Open space. You play among other children without a trainer, which means you are
without professional coaching and experience. Yeah.
So you will grow up with some hindrances.
Yeah.
So they thought they can improve it. That they will improve it by hiring younger players so that they will grow up in Europe
in that environment.
And
that
have
makes
coaches
sense.
Have the opportunity to acclimate themselves and then to learn there and to be just like Europeans.
Yeah, so they're not far different from when they're starting off, to be fair. What are some of the amazing experiences you had? Because you have a rich career in football in Europe. You played for Saint-Etienne, you played for Marseille, really big clubs. What are some of those amazing moments that marked you there?
I think the first one is that when I first came, the other players could not trust me because they haven't seen an African goalkeeper before.
Yeah.
So they didn't believe, nobody believed in France that you can have good goalkeepers from Africa. So it was something special. And then this is also the main challenge that I had, to gain their confidence and to show that I will be up to the task and that they will be happy with what I can do.
Talking about the players in that time, do you keep in touch with like most of the Indomitable Lions, for example, from 1990s and so? Are you in good relationships with them? Do you guys meet and hang out?
Hang out, I don't, you know, it's just like in your job. After your time at work, you go back home and you want to relax. In football, when you play, for instance, for the national team, people think you live together.
Exactly, they think you're a family, you know, you're always together.
No, when you play for the national team, everybody comes from a team, which means from a different city. You come from a different city and then you meet when you play for the national team.
Yeah.
And after that, everybody split and you go back to your team, you go back to your hometown and you live there till the next.
You become an individual of your own once again. So if Roger Milla calls you now, for example, that okay, we're doing a reunion in Barbados, you know,
yes,
and we want 10 or 20 players.
You're taking a good example.
Yeah.
Like Roger Milla, yes, I see him.
Yeah.
But I didn't want people to think I have to see
all the time and everyone.
All the time. No, I see him. I can call him. He can call me. We do some things together. We go to some party together. Yes, but it's not to
meet everyone
every day,
all the time.
Please.
Talking about the Cameroon High Office, a lot of people think you're the right person for the job, Mr. President. Je vous salue, bonsoir. My question to you is, you know, are you aware of the challenges that you will face being in that position?
I'm aware at a point you can't imagine because it's been a long time since I've been saying our football is not on the right track.
Yeah.
So if today you have almost everybody saying we are not at the right track, means that not that I'm happy, but I'm far ahead of that. Now I'm on the position of bringing solutions. It's not for me to say it's not on the right track. I said it 30 years ago.
Yeah.
Today I'm there to bring solutions. So I'm very, very aware of the difficulty of that
we may face.
Yeah.
So it's an honor again for me to know that the person I'm talking to today is aware that we focus on how to move forward rather than all the troubles.
I can talk about solutions because at the time when I was talking about problems, so many of those who have ruled our football were saying there is no problem. And the misguided people and the common people thought there was no
problem. Do you think we can handle the Female Nations Cup in less than a year and of course the AFCON in 2019? Are you sure we can manage that?
Yes, we can and we have to. So we have to handle that, and you've got people right now thinking about how to make it possible, and I'm sure it's going to be possible.
Do you enjoy being in the media? Because I know you're a consultant for RFI. Forgive me, I'm not good at French.
Radio France International.
Radio France International.
Yes.
Do you enjoy being in the media? I know when you're a footballer, you know, it's difficult to draw a line per se because you're a public figure.
If I'm on the media, it's because media want me to talk to them. I work for Radio France International. I didn't apply for that. I work for Africa 24. I didn't apply for that. I worked in the past for France Football. I didn't apply for that. I worked for Eurosport. I didn't apply for that.
Did you apply for being a president for?
I offer I don't apply, but I offer solution. I say I want to be part of solution because I was first to say we are doing wrong. So,
exactly.
And people kept saying, oh, he's just talking. So now I say, please give me the job.
The opportunity to make it right.
That's it.
You wrote a book, Vue de ma cage. Yes. Was it cash from where you were standing as a footballer? What was that all about?
You've got so many cages on your life. And I had so many cages. You talked about prison. Prison is a cage.
It's a cage.
I played football as a goalkeeper, and they want you to be in your cage. Like you said, I'm on the medias. So when you talk to the media and you say great things, you've got so many people who didn't want you to say what you said. So they want you to be in a cage. So you always find some cages where people want you to be.
There's a picture that's been trending on social media where we have our beloved lionesses all packed in a car like stars. How do you explain this?
They are just facing what their men counterparts have been facing for
so many years.
So you can then know and agree that being good will not guarantee that you are going to be treated well.
But obviously we're hoping that as time goes on things will improve.
That we have to improve things, and then our young players are going to feel very comfortable with this jersey they wear. I've seen other pictures where our players are lying down in the airport.
At the airports.
With that tracksuit mark Cameroon.
What a shame.
There's nobody to see that there's something wrong. You can't have Cameroon thrown on the ground.
Just like that, with no respect. But I think
respect, and people are passing, looking at Cameroon on the ground.
On the ground.
So I think we have to change that.
This is somebody who is from an older generation who has been through all the problems, saying that I focus on making things better, which is just amazing. Social media. I see you have a Facebook page with so many likes. And you're up with all CSR activities. You're very social in your activities. You go out, you reach out to people. Do you feel good when you touch and change people's lives?
When I change people's lives, I change mine.
Yeah.
So you need to help people ahead of the time so that making their life better is making your own life better.
Et sur ce ton, je vais garder un esprit positif et je vais prendre la responsabilité de lire ce bouquin du début à la fin, Vue de ma cage. Donc quand on dit Joseph Antoine Bell, on est fasciné par toutes les activités qu'on connaît dans le média et tout, mais hors de ceci, qui est Jojo?
Je me rappelle quand je jouais à Marseille, on m'a demandé, Joseph Antoine Bell, que voulez-vous que le public de Marseille retienne de vous? J'ai dit que je préférais que le public retienne la personne que je suis et pas le gardien de but. Donc il faut savoir que, en regardant très bien, une fois que vous m'avez vu, vous avez tout vu de moi.
Tout réel, tout naturel.
Tout naturel et tout entier. Voilà.
Sur ce, je vous dis bonsoir. Heureusement que j'ai réussi à avoir un modèle, un aspect positif. Et je garde un grand cadeau dans mon futur pour vous dire merci d'être venu sur le Miss P Show.
You're welcome. Hey, Mr. Let me open the jukebox. I'm the one singing this sad song. Well, I cry every time that you often sleep in one more time. And let the boys sing the sad song one more time. And do believe I'll hear that horn. Hey, mister, can't you see that I'm as dry as a bone? There will be an answer. Let it be.
Là, j'ai épuisé tout mon français. Vous allez m'excuser pour les petites erreurs que j'ai faites. Thanks to Orange for sponsoring the show. You're simply amazing. And thanks to you for watching. Check us out on Facebook, www.facebook.com/Miss P Show, and follow us on Twitter @The Miss P Show. Until next time, I'm Miss P and I'm simply deep. Bye.
The Miss P Show was brought to you by Orange Cameroon. Today changes with Orange.
Hello, pronto. You need to communicate abroad for long hours? Orange offers you the international bonus pack with day, week and month bundles. Receive up to 30,000 franc bonus on your calls to 20 countries. Subscription on #131*4#.
Today changes with Orange.